We interrupt this broadcast to bring you
Cool Nerds Unite. Oh, wow. That sounds very good. Oh, yeah, I hear it.
Yep.
What's up, nerds? Are we recording now?
It's a bird.
Spoiler.
Indeed.
The Force will be with you. The Force will be with you.
Cool Nerds Unite. I am Roderick.
And this is Amber Marie, and we are your number one source for all things concerning nerd culture. Today is Marvel versus DC's anti-heroes and villains.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, what was that? What was that? Sound like an asthmatic. What was that?
That might have been the Vulture, the version of the Vulture from the Spider-Man comics cartoon.
Okay. Well, to start things off, I guess let's just answer the simplest questions. What makes an anti-hero and what makes a villain? Basically, what's your definition? Okay, let's start simple. What's your definition of an anti-hero?
I think someone that doesn't march to the drum, I guess someone that doesn't march to the beat of everyone's drum, that decides to take matter into their own hands, kind of like almost similar to a vigilante of sorts.
A vigilante?
Anti-hero can be someone that will fight for their own cause, but yet still be against the traditional, traditional rules that most heroes face, like not murdering someone. Just taking matters into their own hands, in a sense, almost like a vigilante.
They have their own sense of justice.
Yeah, own sense of
They
justice.
don't have the typical conventional hero-like qualities.
Right.
Because to me, an anti-hero is the kind of person that's not afraid to go there.
Yeah, pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
Take it to the edge.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So an anti-hero, in my opinion, well, yeah, like I said, an anti-hero is someone who's not afraid to take that extra step. And they're also, every now and then, they might do something good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to me, it seems like an anti-hero does something if it's to their benefit, kind of like a character like Catwoman. She's a good anti-hero.
Yes, she is.
So to the point where like she'll do things, but I feel like she does things if only it's to her benefit, and if Batman puts her in check to make her do these good things, because she's at the end of the day a jewel thief.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say, the villain, an anti-hero is just someone, I don't know, they're so complex. It's like they do good, but they don't see themselves as good people. I don't say, maybe the viewers can tell us what they think an anti-hero is. Like, what's your definition of what an anti-hero is? What would you qualify as an anti-hero?
Yes, listeners, we want your feedback. Please give us your opinion on this subject or any subject that we bring up here on Cool Nerds Unite.
Yes, what is your definition of an anti-hero? What makes a good anti-hero? So, to follow up the anti-hero question, here's the next question.
Okay.
What makes a good villain? What makes a person a villain?
Just the evil characteristic or evil quality that they have about themselves, to go against everything that is right, go against the law, go against the hero. Actually, the villain makes the hero more interesting.
How so?
Take, for example, Batman and the Joker. I mean, a lot of people that don't even follow the comics know about the mythology behind it. It's like Batman wouldn't be as interesting if he didn't have the Joker to go up against. He's like yin yang. I think with Batman, he goes so close to the edge where Joker is willing to go far beyond the edge. and he challenges Batman. He feels like if Batman wasn't around, he wouldn't really have no one to really come up against that would match his wits.
Now, it's funny that you say that because I read somewhere that they say you can't have a hero without the villain. The villain is what brings about the hero.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that kind of coincides with what you're saying. But there's also something I want to point out. Do you think a villain sees himself as a villain? Do you honestly think that a villain sees himself as a villain? Like he just wakes up one morning and decides, I'm going to be evil.
No, I think morally, they feel what they're doing is right. They don't care it's by any means necessary in their mind. They're going to accomplish their goals. The thing with a villain, they're going to accomplish their goal based upon their own sense of justice and their own self righteousness and greed.
Okay, so in the mind of a villain, I mean, this goes back to, I remember way back in high school when we were doing like character studies and story wise and whatever, that villains are the heroes of their own story. So in their mind, heroes are the villains. Mm-hmm. If you're stopping me from accomplishing a goal, I view you as a villain. Take someone from our actual history, Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler never thought of himself as a villain.
No, he didn't.
He thought he was doing something that was good for the greater good. Even though what he was doing was wrong, he was the hero of his own story.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes a great villain. Villains don't believe that they're villains.
He was also a failed artist, by the way.
The more you know.
Indeed.
So yeah, that's why I've always been more drawn to villains and anti-heroes because they're so complex.
Yeah.
That I'll say this, good villains. I'm attracted to good villains. Villains that they have human-like qualities that are relatable and you can understand why they do the things that they do, even though it's so messed up.
Right. So what do you think about, the Lex Luthor versus Superman, the ongoing story with that story arc?
What do I think about? I'll be honest, Lex Luthor is not one of my favorite villains. I'll just be honest here. He's not one of my favorites. I always took Lex Luthor as sort of, I want to say, like this spoiled and sort of arrogant guy. He never really did anything for me as a villain. It's probably because, I don't know, I guess I'm not really a fan of Superman. So I guess maybe it's because I always sided with Lex Luthor. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Lex Luthor. But I did like the person who played him in Batman versus Superman. I liked that rendition of Lex Luthor.
Oh, Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah, I did kind of like that version.
I think he watched a little bit too much The Dark Knight Rises.
Really?
Not The Dark Knight Rises, The Dark Knight.
Why you say that?
Because he was trying to get some of Heath Ledger's spin on the character.
Yes, I got that vibe. Like, wait, I have seen this before. Heath Ledger? I feel like, I thought that too. I kind of kept that to myself, and I kind of thought, like, I'm getting
capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
I'm getting some Heath Ledger vibes from him. Like, I thought I was the only one that kind of got that. Like, wait a minute, I've seen this before. Maybe the hair and everything too. It's like, okay,
yeah, just like you watched The Dark Knight way too many times, Jesse.
Yeah, you could tell like he was like drawing maybe some inspiration from Heath. I don't know what that was about, but he was still, I guess, one of my favorite renditions of Lex Luthor because I remember Smallville. I vaguely remember Smallville.
Oh, Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah,
as, Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he was very meh to me. I don't know. It's like I haven't truly found a Lex Luthor that I liked, but I would say Jason or whatever his name is.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, I don't know why I want to say Jason. Jesse was
we
the
can
only
talk about
one.
Jason Voorhees too. No, okay.
Jesse was the only one I would say that came pretty close as to Lex Luthor that I actually liked.
I kind of like Michael Rosenbaum's rendition of Lex Luthor, even though he played a younger, sinister Lex Luthor. But in my mind, I envisioned Billy Zane to play Lex Luthor. He would have been good.
Okay, yeah, I can buy Billy Zane.
So, continuing with this segment here on Cool Nerds Unite, DC versus Marvel.
Okay, what character did you want to get into first as far as...
Oh, wow.
Because we have a wide variety of...
Yeah, let's go with Black Adam.
Black Adam. Captain Marvel versus Black Adam.
Yeah.
Shazam! Okay.
Shazam!
For the record, it's Captain Marvel. Shazam is not the name of the superhero. People get that confused.
That's the power, the entity that on which they call upon to get their power.
Right, that's the power. It's not his name. His name is Captain Marvel, which is kind of funny because DC has a character called Captain Marvel. And Marvel has a character named Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Yeah.
But they both are...
One is a female,
dope.
and I heard there's going to be a
They're
female
very
Captain
good.
Marvel movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be really good. I am so looking forward to that. It's going to be excellent. Another female superhero.
Yeah, because Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
she put it out there like, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Women are running the world.
Yeah, I
like
think
Beyonce. Okay.
I think what that movie with Wonder Woman did, she set a pattern, a trend.
Yeah, she's definitely setting a trend. I mean, first is Wonder Woman, and then there's the rumor.
That's a very good trend, by the way.
Wait, so is that a rumor that Captain Marvel is coming? Is that a legit thing, or
Oh,
is
it's
that still
legit. Brie Larson is going to play Captain Marvel.
I know that name.
Well, I wasn't always in room.
And Samuel L. Jackson is going to
Yes, you're
revise his
right.
role as Nick Fury.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that now. Was it Brie Jackson?
Room.
Where do you want to start?
I think with Black Adam, where I want to start is the fact of it is he is an enemy of Captain Marvel,
Captain Marvel, not Shazam.
not Shazam.
Shazam is the power, not the character.
Shazam! I really think that Black Adam is one of the most popular anti-heroes in comicdom.
Yes, I would definitely say so. I would agree with that. I've always described Black Adam, because it's funny, I was having this discussion with my boyfriend one day, and we were just sort of describing Black Adam, and we've actually agreed that Black Adam is basically Dragon Ball Z's Vegeta.
Oh yeah, I can see the comparison.
Yes, as far as all the way down to the mannerisms and his personality, I would say. So if anyone's familiar with the Dragon Ball Z universe, I'm pretty sure it's one of those things it's like a staple in anime culture, Dragon Ball Z universe, that Black Adam is basically the DC Vegeta.
They probably got the idea from Black Adam.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, because like the more I watch it, the more I can kind of see, okay, so let's talk about some backstory about Black Adam. Where does Black Adam come from?
If I'm not mistaken, he came from Egypt.
Yes, he was a slave.
Yeah.
His actual name is Teth Adam, aka Mighty Adam.
Wow.
His name is Teth Adam. Let's see. According to my research, I'm going full nerd here. I'm doing my research.
That's okay. On Cool Nerds Unite.
According to my research, he at the time served as an Egyptian pharaoh as his champion for many years. Mind you, he's a slave, so yeah, he served as a champion for the pharaoh for many years. Quick notes: at one point, a time-traveling adventure of the Justice Society showed him in service to Prince Khufu alongside the wizard Nabu. But anyway, cutting to the chase, a wizard basically gave him the powers of Shazam. But I guess he regretted that decision because I guess he saw how corrupt and quote-unquote evil Black Adam was. And it's pretty much, the powers that Black Adam gets are pretty much similar to the ones that Captain Marvel gets. His powers, he's powered by the Egyptian gods known as Heru, Amon, Zehuti, Atan, and Mihan. Wow. And it's stamina, swiftness, strength, wisdom, and power and courage. Where Captain Marvel's, he's Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury.
Wow, that is very good. That is very good. You know what? I really think that Billy Batson, by the character that he portrays, that he really evoked a lot of courage into his everyday actions with people. He tried to do the right thing. He was an orphan, but he always, in heart, he wanted to do the right thing, and so it was really something that he was bestowed the same power as Black Adam was.
Yeah, but I think the whole thing is that he was corrupted. There was darkness in his heart, and I think that's what.
From the very beginning.
Yeah, so I think like, okay, that's a boo boo I made there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Captain Marvel, what's going on there? Let's do redo. Let's hit the redo button. So, yeah, I think Black Adam is one of my favorite anti. I don't know why I want to say anti-villain so bad because I'm cross between saying villain.
Some villainous stuff too.
Well, he does, but I don't know how.
But he's the villain that you love to hate.
Yeah, I don't necessarily hate him. I get him, just like I get character. I do. I get. You're looking at me crazy. No, I understand. It's like that's why I love villains and anti-heroes so much, is because you do some really messed up stuff, but I get you.
Yeah.
I don't support your end result, but I get why you're doing what you're doing. And that's why I said I compared Black Adam to characters like Vegeta. Like, he has a lot of pride. He just wants to be the very best, like no one ever was. It's just, I get that, because on some
certain
level,
amount of arrogancy.
Yeah, he's very arrogant. It's like, I don't know. I get it, and I hate saying that I kind of see some parts of myself in Black Adam, which is kind of why I kind of went there. I'm just saying, I'm not as far as arrogance goes, but it's like I get that. I do, and maybe that's why I like Black Adam so much. He's I almost want to say a tragic character in a way.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. Yeah, he is a tragic character, but he's a well-loved character as well. You know, a lot of people, such as myself, I have a lot of comic books dealing with the story around Black Adam and Captain Marvel, and it's one of the most interesting properties that DC has that I find very exciting to read.
Oh yeah, I will always. I'm always willing to learn more about Black Adam, and always get the. Oh, here's an interesting thought.
Okay.
So you know that The Rock.
Yes, Dwayne The Rock.
He's
Johnson.
supposed to be Black Adam.
Smell?
Do you think he can?
What
Really?
The Rock is cooking.
You even did the tongue thing too. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, really? We're doing that now.
But he does it.
I know, but. Okay, so there's some arguments. I've heard people argue that Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I can't just say Dwayne. That Dwayne The Rock Dwayne.
Hey,
Dwayne
hey,
drops
hey.
keep falling on my head. Dwayne drops keep falling. Sorry. I'm sorry, you had that coming. Dwayne outside. Okay, anyway, but I lost my train of thought. Okay, so what do you think? Because I heard a lot of arguments that The Rock, I can't say Dwayne
The Rock Johnson.
Okay, let's try this again.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
You are enjoying that way too much.
Okay,
so
I used to watch wrestling a lot.
Oh God, wrestling is fake.
That's another podcast.
I think that's a bad one. I think I sneezed something out there. I don't know what happened. So, that was a bad one. Oh, I don't know what I said just now. But so the way
we're gonna get a lot of emails after that one.
What did she say? I didn't say anything. I sneezed. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson has been signed on to play Black Adam.
Yay!
So
All
I've
right.
heard several arguments that said they don't see him as Black Adam. He would probably make a much better Captain Marvel.
Oh, I can see him as Black Adam.
See, I'm kind of on the fence about it because I can see him as Black Adam, but because based on the other films that I've seen him in, I can kind of see him playing the childlike innocence that is Captain Marvel inside of a adult body.
I can see both, actually. I can see him portraying both of the characters, not at the same time, but I can see that in him, that he's able to pull that off as an actor.
Okay, which one more so? Like,
I would say Black Adam.
You rather see him play Black Adam?
Yes.
I would say I want to see him as Black Adam just because I don't remember ever seeing him in a movie where he's playing sort of a dark anti-hero villainous kind of role. I can't recall. I mean, if anyone who's listening to this can bring that up, I really would like to know. But I can't recall ever seeing Dwayne The Rock Johnson ever in a movie where he's playing a villain or even an anti-hero or a complicated sort of character. He's always sort of a hero. He's always sort of a hero type. So I think it would be more interesting to see him play Black Adam. I think I want to see him as Black Adam just because I'm so used to seeing him play these safe, goody two-shoes kind of roles.
Yeah, same here. I would like to see that happen. Yeah, it'd be a different change of pace for him.
Okay, who do you think would make a great Captain Marvel?
To
go against, it has to be someone who's basically his equal as Black Adam.
I can't think of one actor that could just pull that off. No actor at all.
Yeah, nothing that's coming to my brain right away. I don't know.
I have to do a Christopher Reeve and just get an actor.
Get a no name.
Yeah, no name actor.
I think I'd be comfortable if they got a no name.
Yeah, me too. Someone that's not so popular. Maybe have done maybe a few movies and not really that well known. Yeah,
I like when they pull characters or people that you just never heard of, because I don't like movies where I'm able to say, oh, that's Leonardo DiCaprio who's playing so-and-so. I'd rather get a no-name person that I've never seen before.
Yeah, same here. Ironically, Christopher Reeve and Kevin Conroy, which is one of my favorite voice actors, Batman animated series. He and Christopher Reeve were roommates.
The more you know.
At the same college that they went to.
And knowing is half the battle.
Indeed. Yeah, that is really cool. But I can't think of an actor that could do Captain Marvel justice.
That could actually go toe to toe with him. That makes me say, oh yeah, this is legit. But yeah, I'm actually excited to see his portrayal of Black Adam, because I've had debates with people that's, a lot of people, they want to play that whole card of, oh, he's not an Egyptian. Oh, he doesn't look like so-and-so. Like, well, you got to give the guy a chance a little bit.
Who, Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah, it's like I've heard arguments that said, okay, well, first of all,
different look to him. He's Bohemian, I think, right? Or
The Rock, I think he's Samoan.
Samoan, sorry.
Yeah, he's Samoan.
I don't want to offend nobody.
Yeah, he's Samoan and something else.
Please
I want to say
emails, no negative emails.
How dare you say? Yeah, I think Dwayne. Hold on,
Samoan.
I can
use Samoan because he has the tribal tattoo.
Yeah, I can summon my powers of Google and find out really quick. Let's see, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Dwayne Rock Johnson. Let's see, because I'm pretty sure he's Samoan, and I want to say African American, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, he is. He is.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, blah, blah, blah. The powers of IMDb. And I'm summoning my powers. My powers aren't working.
By the powers of Grayskull.
Okay, Canadian born. His father is black. Okay, black Nova Scotia descent, and his mother is Samoan. Okay, so yeah, black Nova Scotia and Samoan. Okay, so yeah, I've heard a lot of people debate, the whole, oh, he can't be Black Adam because Black Adam is Egyptian or blah, 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 and Dwayne is Samoan. I mean, The Mummy.
Yeah, he was in The Mummy.
He was The Mummy.
Yes.
Why did I forget that? Oh, because the Scorpion King sucked.
Yeah, the Scorpion King. Wait a minute. The Scorpion King sucked?
Yes, yes, it did. And it did. It sucked. It sucked. And I will keep emphasizing that it sucked.
I like the Scorpion King.
You would.
Yeah, I would.
You
and
would.
I do.
I mean, the only thing that was good about the Scorpion King is that I got to watch The Rock walk around in Egyptian attire.
Can you smell what The Rock just did?
I mean, the whole movie was butt. It was butt. I can't say other words on this podcast. It was butt. It was butt.
It was that bad?
I did not like the Scorpion King. I like the Mummy franchise, but I avoid the Scorpion King and I avoid the third installment of the Mummy. So as far as I'm concerned, there were only 2 movies that were the Mummy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I can't even watch the Scorpion King. And they made a sequel to the Scorpion King where The Rock wasn't even in it. So it was
that was horrible. It was ratchet.
You say wretched? You just say it was wretched. Please don't say that word again.
was wretched.
And it don't sound right coming out of your mouth. It doesn't.
It was wretched.
It was ratchet or wretched.
Wretched.
Wretched. He sounded like an old man. It was wretched.
It was wretched.
It's tough. It was wretched.
It wasn't good at all.
But yeah, oh God. Yes, The Mummy. Why did I forget about that? Because the movie sucked. That's why. I tend to forget movies that suck, in my opinion.
And you're very adamant about that.
Yes, I did not like The Scorpion King.
What you think about it, Gavin? Our good friend Gavin, Sound Lord.
He uses
What do you
sign
think?
language on this podcast. The CG was gross. Yes, it was horrible. It was horrible. For anyone that has seen The Mummy Returns and you see the Scorpion King and that horrible CG, it's on, I think, one of the top most worst CGI performances in film. The Scorpion King portrayed in The Mummy Returns, it was horrible. It looked like they were still like in post-production where they were like trying to like fix all the CGI. It was horrible. It was awful. It was one of the worst things about the movie, and it's one of my favorite movies, but it was one of the worst. I hated the Scorpion King, but the first time we're introduced to the Scorpion King was in The Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
And that CGI was horrible.
Yeah.
Like they just ran out of money and we're just trying to get this out.
I admit the CGI was horrible, but I really liked the performance from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
He barely said 2 words.
That's what made the performance great.
Because he barely said 2 words.
I mean, he just, he was acting through his,
Well, if that's the case, then Ruby Rose from the new Triple X movie
arms, I mean, through body language in a sense.
Body language does not make the actor. You're saying it was a good movie and he did a good job in that movie because he barely said
I like
anything.
the action sequences. That's
He's
what
a
I mean.
wrestler. Of course he has good action sequences.
Well, I like the action sequences. That's what it was.
You know
That's
that movie
why-
was butt.
No.
That movie was
wasn't
butt,
that
and you know it was.
Wasn't that
The
bad?
first step to recovery is to admit that it is bad. You need
I
to
liked it.
lies you tell. It's the first step to recovery is admitting that the movie was bad. Well, okay, I take that back. The end of The Mummy Returns, when they showed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as the Scorpion King, was horrible. The Scorpion King was horrible. I'm sorry, it was.
Well, that's your opinion. I respect your opinion.
And you are entitled to your very wrong opinion.
Oh, wow. Moving on.
Okay, back to the topic.
DC versus Marvel.
Yes, Black Adam as Dwayne. Black Adam is Dwayne Johnson. I said that so backwards. Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam. Are we agreeing that that's a good choice?
Very good choice.
Okay, we agree that Dwayne as Black Adam is a good choice. And are we excited to see it?
I'm very excited.
Yes, I am excited also. So, you ready to move on to the next person?
Moving on.
Who else you want to talk about?
Sinestro.
Oh, I have an interesting one.
Green Lantern versus Sinestro.
Sinestro. Remind me who Sinestro is.
Sinestro. He wields the yellow ring.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for...
And I called him Sinestro. Sinestro.
I'm going to go for... I'm going to say Sinestro.
Sinestro is cool. I like the fact that he's another one. He's an anti-hero in the sense he started off as a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went from being a hero to a villain. Now he is an anti-hero in a sense because when the Green Lantern Corps and the other corps need him, he will come to their aid. But he goes back into that. It's about me.
Yeah, he has his own agenda.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll do good. I'll come near rescue and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's about me. So.
His character is so good how they have it written in the comic books until when the movie Green Lantern came out with Ryan Reynolds. He was the best thing about Green Lantern to me. Sinestro.
I agree with
and
that.
It was,
and that movie was horrible.
Yeah, it was
too.
horrible. I will admit. But Mark Strong, he did a good portrayal of Sinestro.
Yes.
He did
I would say that
excellent
was a spot-on portrayal, actually.
Yeah.
Right down to the character and the makeup and everything. I thought, that's Sinestro.
Yeah, his whole portrayal is persona. He really delved into
I
that
bought
character.
it. He was the
Yeah.
best thing about Green Lantern, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
And that's all I really remember about it. That's how I know, like, okay, yeah.
Ryan Reynolds was acting too silly and too giddy.
Well, that's when we found out that Ryan Reynolds, you're no Green Lantern. Deadpool was
Deadpool-
his character.
Moving on, Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
Yes, he
just
is.
because he. How do I say this? He's just
He fits the character.
He fits it because he has that same kind of quirky, raw, raunchy type of humor.
You
It's
ever
like,
seen him in interviews?
yes, he's not in character because that's who Ryan Reynolds is.
Yeah.
That's what I made jokes
Yeah.
about that all the time. Like when Ryan Reynolds is playing Deadpool, he's not acting. That's
him.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
That's Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds.
He's been wanting to play this character for a very long time. He's been wanting to play Deadpool.
He was
a long time.
very adamant about it too. Like,
He's very committed to it. Too.
yes, it's like you have finally found your role. You are not Green Lantern. You are Deadpool. I mean, basically, Ryan Reynolds is Wade Wilson, and Wade Wilson is Ryan Reynolds.
I agree. So, what do you think about the Punisher? I consider the Punisher an anti-hero.
Oh yeah, he's definitely an anti-hero because I mean I like his backstory. I like where he's coming from. His family was murdered.
Frank Castle.
Frank Castle.
Yeah.
His family was murdered, and he was, I think he was a Catholic priest, or he tried to be a Catholic priest, but then he couldn't because he wanted to take revenge on the people that have wronged him, and then his family was brutally murdered, and it's like, no way. So
Yeah, he even fought in the war for was served in the war, against I forgot what name of country. It escapes me at the moment, but he even served in the army for a while.
Yeah, I think it's in my notes. Blah, 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 blah. Nope, I thought I wrote it down. I guess I didn't. Yeah, studied to become a Catholic priest, changed his mind because he was unable to forgive those who did evil, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, his family was killed by the mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he tried to get justice from the police, and the police wouldn't do it for him because I guess they were too involved with the mafia.
Yeah.
And that's when he decided to seek justice for himself. And so he became the Punisher.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay, so
It's one of the coolest characters.
here's a quick question.
Mhm.
Punisher or Batman?
Oh, my God.
Well, I guess to say who you think would win. Probably Batman, but I'm just...
I would want it to be Batman, but wow.
Yeah, it's tight, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if it was based on fighting, hand-to-hand combat, I think it would be Batman. But we're talking about weapons, pretty much weapons of mass destruction that the Punisher carries around constantly.
I'm going to say the Punisher would win.
Oh, okay. You go with the Punisher?
Yeah. You think Batman?
I would still root for Batman. I would hope so.
See, I'm rooting for Punisher because, well, it's like you said, okay, in hand-to-hand combat, I'll give it to Batman.
Okay.
But if I had to say weapon-wise, Punisher's got it.
Yeah, because Batman has a rule. He doesn't carry a gun, but
He doesn't carry a
early
gun.
Interpretation of Batman, the first interpretation of it, he had guns.
Yeah, but Batman doesn't kill.
No, he doesn't. But it's been several times in the comic books and the movies that he had to kill somebody,
But I'm saying he's a reluctant killer. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Batman's not a killer. Punisher, like I said, he lacks certain morals that Batman has.
Yeah.
Punisher,
by any means necessary.
Yeah, Punisher is a by any
Get the
means
job
necessary kind of person. Like, look, if I have to, I feel like he's the person, like, if he thought he was going to lose or if he felt like he was losing, he'll cheat and do whatever he had to do. He'll blow your brains out.
Yeah.
He will try some sneaky sort of method to, I just think Punisher, I think in that case, Punisher would beat Batman.
Wow.
Yeah, because Punisher is the kind of person, like you said, by any means necessary, I am going to kill you.
Yeah.
He will fight to kill you. But Batman, I think, would just fight to, I guess, immobilize you. He wouldn't necessarily. Batman, I think, would have to be pushed, like really pushed to the end of his rope.
Yeah, to the very edge. That this is the only resource that I have right now.
Right. I have no other choice right now but to kill you.
That's the only choice I have
and
right now.
that's what separates the anti-heroes from the heroes, I think, because the heroes, they have that moral code where they're all about saving lives.
Yeah, not ending or
not
killing.
ending them. No matter who it is. It's like they're not about ending lives.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-heroes, I mean, to be fair, even characters like Wonder Woman, if they felt like they had to do it, they would do it. But anti-heroes have this in their head, like, look, it's either me or you, and at the end of the day, I'm choosing me, so...
Because I'm going home.
Right, I'm going home. I'm going home.
I don't know
like,
about you, but I'm going home.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to kill somebody. In that battle, I would say, in the end, I'm giving it to Punisher. You still say Batman?
I still say Batman.
You really are going to stick with Batman?
Yeah, I've seen...
You're going to say that because you like Batman.
Yeah, I've seen in the comics Batman come up against some insurmountable odds, and he's always reigned supreme by using his intellect and his gadgets.
Okay, yeah, Batman. Batman thinks like a chess player. I'll say that.
Yes.
I'm still gonna go with my man Punisher, just because I feel like he's brutal and he would go that extra mile. So,
what about Magneto? Do you think with Magneto?
That's a good one.
Yeah, Magneto would be more of an anti-hero? For a while, he became the villain, and based upon what he had to endure, as a child growing up, I can understand the reason why. Seeing his parents and family being killed, his wife being killed.
Well, the interesting thing about Magneto is that between him and Charles, they both want the same thing.
Yeah.
But they both go about different ways to get it. And that's basically freedom for all mutants. Yeah. And I think Magneto's MO is that he wants, I guess maybe I'm saying this wrong, he wants mutant kind to basically take over. He wants, because I think I made this comparison to you before that Malcolm X was supposed to be Magneto and Martin Luther King was supposed to be Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
They both want the same thing, but they both are going about different ways to get it.
I remember seeing Stan Lee saying that in a interview.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he got the idea from.
Yep, and you can kind of see those similarities with Magneto. He goes through these extreme measures to achieve that goal. So they both want the same things, but they're very, the way Magneto goes about, I'm losing my train of thought here. I'm zoning out. Why am I thinking about food?
Because I'm thinking about food too.
Oh God.
Quite famished.
Okay, anyway, just going back to my notes here. Magneto was the founder of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Yes.
He started out as a fanatic obsessed with making mutants the dominant race of the planet. But because of his bromance with Professor X, he joined the X-Men and, he joined the fight to make a peaceful coexistence between mutants and humans a reality. But I think at the end of the day, he still, on some level, hates humankind. You can understand that because of where he came from. Mm-hmm. He grew up basically during the whole Nazi regime. So, and Jewish.
Carries a lot of pain.
Yeah.
A lot of anger.
So, I would put Magneto as one of those interesting anti.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even peg him as a villain. I couldn't even really peg him as a villain. He's more anti-hero than villain.
Yeah, he's more of an anti-hero.
Because every now and then he will step up to aid the X-Men, but he's still very firm in his beliefs that, mutant kind is the cure for all humanity, that they are a superior race. There were a lot of similar. I was surprised when I found out that, Malcolm X was sort of the, foundation of which Magneto was built. Yeah. Because I started to notice a lot of those similarities.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities there.
Yeah, because Charles Xavier is all about peace and, wanting to live in harmony with mankind. But no, Magneto is all about, no, we are the superior race. We deserve such and such. So, I would put Magneto up there as one of my top favorite, most complex anti-heroes.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Venom. Your favorite and my favorite.
Yeah, Venom is my favorite because when Venom isn't kicking Spider-Man's butt and not kicking Carnage's butt, he's helping old ladies cross the street. Because that's Venom. It's funny, but it's like, Venom, the thing about, this is what I say, the difference between Venom and Carnage is that Venom only hates Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He hates Spider-Man. That's it. That's all he cares.
Carnage hates everybody.
And Carnage hates everybody.
He is a sociopath.
At least with Venom, it's like he only's after that one person. He hates Peter Parker. He hates Spider-Man. But at the end of the day, when Venom is not kicking Carnage's or Spider-Man's butt.
Right.
He's helping old ladies cross the street, and he's trying to do good, which is so funny. Like, I don't know. I find that kind of funny. It's like it's weird. I don't know. Venom falls along in one of my favorites.
And because of the symbiote that Eddie Brock possesses,
those feelings are amplified.
It's amplified because he feels the symbiote feels as he has been rejected by Peter Parker. So it's like a double,
twice as angry.
Yeah.
Twice as angry at Peter Parker.
Double anger there. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, one of my favorites, it's... So, yeah, Venom was he be an anti-hero? I guess he is an anti-hero. I mean... Yeah,
I will consider Venom an anti-hero.
There's some days, right?
Yeah, I consider him an anti-hero.
Okay, more anti-hero than villain, just because he still has some good qualities about him, I guess. Yeah, like when he's not attacking Carnage or Peter Parker, hey, it's just another day in paradise. Let me help you carry your bags, ma'am.
And when he's not eating people.
Yeah. He has moments. But yeah, he just has his personal vendetta against Spider-Man. Okay. Wolverine. Blade. Oh boy, Blade.
And we also got Wolverine. We go with Wolverine first because it segue into Lady Deathstrike.
Lady Deathstrike, who deserves justice in films.
Oh my God.
So the first time I saw Lady Deathstrike, like, oh wow, they got the hands right. That's about it.
She wasn't saying anything in the movie. That was
I remember
horrible.
She made a couple of appearances in the TV show, the cartoon show.
Yeah, the cartoon show. And I also have the statue of her and X-23 fighting now.
Yeah, I would love a movie of Lady Deathstrike.
Yeah,
that'd
be real
right.
Cool. Yeah.
And Wolverine is the perfect example of an anti-hero.
Yes,
because I think
certainly is.
What did he say once? I'm good at what I do, and what I do isn't very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, that's real talk. Like, yeah, I don't even think he views himself as a hero at all. It's like he's one of those, like, I'll do good every now and then, but that's not really who I am. Like, no. I kill people, and yeah, so.
And the thing of it is, he accepts it.
Yeah, he's okay. That's what he is. Let's talk about some DC heroes and DC villains.
DC versus Marvel here on Cool Nerds.
You don't want to know one of my favorite DC anti-heroes?
What is that?
The Comedian.
Oh. Wow.
I hate him, but dude, he is one of my favorite anti-heroes. This guy killed the mother of his unborn child before the child was even born. It's like, he is so messed up.
That's monstrous.
I remember watching him on Watchmen, and like, this guy is supposed to be a hero, but he's so
twisted.
Oh God, I barely remember what Watchmen was about. I vaguely remember. I only saw it maybe like three times, but I can't remember if he raped his daughter's mother. I don't remember.
Well, he attempted to rape her, and then eventually they end up getting together.
Yeah,
so
that's a very messed up,
twisted altogether.
He is a very twisted anti-hero.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my favorites, but also very twisted.
But one thing about Watchmen, what I really liked, that was different from any other group of superheroes that I read about, is the fact that it showed how these people, those particular individuals, had powers and abilities to help and combat against evil and stop criminals, but it showed that they also have flaws and they have problems.
Yeah, I would say the whole crew of the Watchmen was just full of anti-heroes.
Yeah,
it's like they're very complex.
Yeah,
they're still human. They're human beings that happen to have superpowers.
Yeah, exactly.
They're humans first, I would say.
Yeah.
The fact that they're superpower is like a secondary factor. It's like it's like an afterthought. So they're still people first, I would say. Okay, so overall, between the DC villains and the Marvel villains, who would you say is better?
Wow, I would say I would say Marvel.
Why Marvel?
Why Marvel? It still have that deep down theology, methodology of, well, the mythology is kind of rooted in urban storytelling. It's not so much as, even though both DC and Marvel have supernatural beings in them, but I think with the anti-heroes that Marvel have, they are kind of rooted in a lot of urban mythology.
I could agree.
Except for Blade.
Oh yeah, with the exception of Blade.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to Marvel possibly revisiting?
I'm not
Blade?
sure. I don't know who would play Blade, because I think
It's
Wesley
rumored
Snipes did it.
Jamie Foxx might do it.
Jamie Foxx.
He was good in Baby Driver. He was pretty much a bad guy, and he was an evil guy, and very funny, of course. But I could see him playing Blade.
I can,
even though
too.
Blade is an anti-hero, but I could see him playing Blade after seeing Baby Driver.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can buy it. I think he could. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think he could. But I'm just so used to Wesley Snipes did such a great job.
There are worse things out tonight than vampires.
Like what?
Like me.
Yeah, he did.
So I guess I'm not totally against Jamie Foxx playing Blade. Eh.
You're nothing to me
Okay, yeah.
but another dead vampire.
I'm warming up to it. So yeah, okay, I can agree with that. I mean, wait, so is he supposed to be playing Blade like in the newest Spider-Man, or like are they remaking?
It's rumored that he may portray Blade because Marvel is looking for an actor that could pull it off, because I guess they're looking at Wesley Snipes might be a little bit too old, maybe.
You think? How old is Wesley Snipes? When did the first Blade come out? Like in the 90s? Yeah, I think it's time to turn in your blade.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Oh wow! I would still love to see a Morbius movie, or a Morbius
But
engrafted one into the Spider-Man movies.
who is also another anti-hero.
Yeah, Morbius. Yeah.
Okay, so I take that back. The more I think about Jamie Foxx makes a great Blade, but I think I would rather see a younger Blade.
Yeah. But once again, who would pull that off?
I don't know. Gavin, you're making faces and it's making me laugh right now.
Our good friend Gavin, the Sound Lord, is thinking as well who could possibly pull this off.
I think you said the dude from Fantastic Four who played was it Johnny Storm?
He's playing a villain in Black Panther.
Oh, that's true.
Well, this is something that, hey, we can get the listeners involved in this.
Who would make a great Blade?
Listening audience, we need your expertise, your help.
Send us your answers on our Facebook page.
Yes.
Who would make a great Blade? Who could put on the next mantle as Blade to replace Wesley Snipes? Jamie Foxx, or do you think someone else? Someone younger, more attractive and dashing and daring and yep. Okay.
So with asking that question, who would make a good Blade, a good interpretation? Who would bring a good interpretation of Blade to the big
Mark
screen?
Wahlberg.
Oh my God.
Mark Wahlberg is Blade.
He could probably play Morbius.
Okay.
No, he's probably I don't think. He's
No,
probably
I
too
don't.
short.
Who would play Morbius? I had a good one in my head and I lost it for Morbius. Darn it! I had a good one, and shoot.
Johnny Depp? No, Johnny Depp.
No, not Johnny Depp. I mean, Johnny Depp. Don't get me wrong; he's a great character actor, but I can't see him. I had a good one in my head. Okay, the guy who played Gambit in the first, was it X-Men Origins? I think was it X-Men Origins?
Yeah, he would. I forgot his name.
Yeah, the guy that played Gambit in X-Men Origins. I can kind of see him playing Michael
Yeah,
Morbius.
and he also played. What's the other movie he was in? He played. I forgot the name of the movie. Shoot, it escapes me at this moment. Well, here's another question: what actor would play a good Morbius character? Michael Morbius.
The vampire.
Yeah.
Michael Morbius. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. You're not a true vampire unless you do that. Blah, blah, blah.
So at this particular time, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for listening to Cool Nerds Unite, DC versus Marvel's anti-heroes and villains.
Anything else you want to add? Any final thoughts about?
I would say that would be it for me at this particular time.
Okay, so some final thoughts. What are your favorite villains and anti-heroes? Please let us know at our Facebook page, and be sure to join our group page at Cool Nerds Unite, also available on Twitter at Cool Nerds Unite. Send us your thoughts and opinions about our show. What do you think about our show? Write reviews for us. Tell us what we're doing good, what we're doing bad. Tell us if we suck. Tell us if we're awesome. Just anything to
Please
keep us
don't tell
going.
us that we suck.
So yes, like and subscribe to us on Facebook and join our group page. Also, be sure to keep watching our Facebook page for maybe upcoming contests and chances to win some prizes. You never know. Just keep watching the Facebook page. Keep listening. And mind you, the only way you can win certain prizes is if you join our group page.
Join us.
Join or die. I didn't say that. I did not say the last part.
Join us.
So yes, this has been Cool Nerds Unite with Marvel versus DC anti-heroes.
DC versus Marvel.
Or DC versus Marvel, but everyone knows Marvel is better. So thank you all for listening. I am Amber Marie.
I'm Roderick.
And stay nerdy.
It's a bird.
The Force will be with you. The Force will be with you.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. You're not a true vampire unless you do that. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.